Hey, thought I'd make a video after a few months break. I haven't posted since Pulse Chain launched. So just wanted to let y'all know I'm still here. I haven't sold anything. I haven't actually made any moves on Pulse Chain or with my HEX. So I'm just chilling. I'm staked in my HEX is staked in the Maximus Perpetuals. I got some team. That's Yeah. So I'm just going to talk about what I think. I do think the bottom might be in. It's been a very painful 2 years in the ecosystem of Richard Hart that we love. I guess I'll touch on the SEC lawsuit as well, um, especially since I am a USA citizen. Which I do generally like this country, but we need to work on this crypto stuff for sure. But other than that, yeah, it's not that. I mean, we're still waiting for Pool Party from Maximus. That'll be good. It's been fun seeing Dipcatcher talk about the P-Dye and the other stuff, Atropa. I haven't really looked into that, but yeah, I haven't been degenning. I haven't really made any crypto trades in a while, but I do have some other parts of my portfolio that I could convert to Pulse or Hex. Pulse launched. There were some issues with the bridge getting clogged. Not a super spectacular launch, but it's kind of nice to launch. Like now we have a pretty low bottom, so it feels like there is upside. Maybe not 10,000x upside in the foreseeable future, but pretty good X's, 10, 100. I'd be happy with a 10 or 100 from sack rate, whatever, 25, 250, whatever from current prices. But yeah, I do feel for Richard going through all this pain in the ass stuff. I don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, obviously, I've drank the Kool-Aid, but it's unfortunate for the prices. I mean, does it really matter, or is it more like a psychological thing? Because in the end, he's probably going to pay a fine. Hex definitely is up and running regardless. Never going to Pulse, if the developers stop getting paid, I don't know if there's enough community interest to keep the chain developing, but the chain's working, so hopefully it wouldn't take too much maintenance. But I know they are working on things, working on Pulse X. I'm not really sure exactly what's going on. I think they released a new version. Yeah, I don't really like how you have to toggle between V1 and V2, but the other interesting liquidity area is on PHUX, which I haven't looked into, but they do have the pool. They have like a Maximus pool, I think, where it's like more than two assets. I think they have a handful in the same pool. So yeah, there's not a ton of liquidity. I don't think any of the Maximus stuff is being incentivized on PulseX. So probably most of the liquidity for that is on PHUX. I didn't sacrifice for 9-inch. It's funny. I like Hexy Bastard a lot. He's very entertaining, very funny guy, and he has a great story. Coming up, hustling. So yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna ramble on here. I don't have any notes or script or anything, but yeah, this feels kind of like the bottom. Like I feel like I should I have some Matic. Maybe I could sell that. I have a few ETH. Might put an ETH into Pool Party on Ethereum, and might bridge an ETH over to Pulse, and I don't know. A little bit here and there, but yeah, I do hope Richard does a live stream, but will the community be okay without as much Richard engagement, or perhaps none? I think it'd be okay, but it's just going to be a longer road to recovery. I don't think the Hex community is going to pull what happened to BitBoy. If you heard Ben Armstrong having a kerfuffle, getting booted from the company he started. So obviously Richard is not a company, but yeah, I just think the SEC coming in and saying he misappropriated. So are they trying to say that every dollar raised in Pulse Chain and Hex has to go to development, and Richard doesn't get. I mean, it's not a company. It's not a security. There was no. How many times did he say no expectations? Like every time. No, that money. He could have ran with the money and been like, well, it just didn't work out, guys. Sorry. And there's nothing we could really do, except unless the SEC, but the government, etc. But you know, the Pulse is being developed, so that's not an issue. And he raised so much ETH in the HEX adoption amplifier phase in the first year. It's like HEX is done. What is he supposed to spend that money on? He's they don't want him advertised. Like, it's just hurting the token holders, and not like none of us asked for this protection. Well, maybe a couple people did because they're butthurt about Pulse being late or something. Sorry to the rest of the world on behalf of my government. I do not like Gary Gensler at all. Ugh. You know, I do think, just real quick on a side note, that I do think there's a place for like regulated SEC type centralized companies, contracts and shit. And then there's should be innovation, and you know, where people know, like, there just be a disclaimer like, hey, if this goes wrong, the government's not going to help you. Go do this at your own risk. And the other thing, it's like, it's no different than buying and selling real world tangible items. So like, I can trade houses and shit, I can trade motorcycles, I can trade cards, trade whatever. But I can't. But crypto, oh, that's a problem. Disgusting. And I'm not a Biden hater, really, but I'm from Massachusetts, so Elizabeth Warren has done some good things in the past, but in crypto, not so much. But yeah, things to look forward in HEX besides pool party coming up. I haven't looked at the Hedron chart, but haven't heard much about it lately. I know the guy Alex that made it is still working on stuff. Not sure exactly. Sorry. Inc. incentive token dropping, but if you've been listening to this channel for a long time, one of my more popular videos from 2 years ago was about QuickSwap on Polygon, and they had like a farming token. Slightly different, but that token did crazy things. That token like dropped like 90-something% and then went up like 1,000x. So it's crazy. Pulse is a little different because they have the 2 tokens, and QuickSwap, it was just 1 token. But yeah, that used to be my shit back in the day, and so like, I'm comfortable with farming, but I just haven't been wanting to do it on PulseX or PHUX, but it's not that I'm saying you shouldn't. It's just impermanent loss is always an issue, and I just don't want to go through effort and then not make much of a return on it. But it is tempting with the perpetuals gaining interest while gaining HEX interest. So like, that is cool. But I'd be a lot more wanting to do it in an incentivized pool than on PulseX. Like, the liquidity, I was checking the liquidity for Team, and it's like 100 liquidity. I mean, you can sell like 100 Team tokens. It was like 1.4 cents. You go up to like 10,000, and the price, yeah, like, there's barely any liquidity. So you'd be lucky to get $100 out of there or something. But yeah. Things to look forward in crypto. I don't know. Oh, as Dipcatcher was mentioning, when eventually in like 100-something years, HEX is going to stop paying interest because of a technical thing of how the Ethereum virtual machine works. So that, in a way, that's bullish. In a way, it's not. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if more HEX was staked and the interest rate came down. But hey. Yeah, so I didn't really have much planned for this video. But do I think Richard's going to settle or fight it in court? I have no idea. I heard there's something coming up in 2 months. Not sure what that is. But mean, if they just want like $50 million, like I think maybe just pay it. It sets a bad precedent, which I hate. But on the other hand, if it goes to court for a couple of years, it's not like we're in danger of getting delisted from Coinbase or Gemini or Kraken or Binance. So the only players that are left at this point. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I almost kind of wish we never get on them because Hex and Pulse don't get on them because it's just like then people will be like, oh, there's nothing to look forward to, even though I don't agree with that. But the Coinbase effect isn't real anymore with so many tokens. Well, thank you for checking out the video. Like I said in the beginning, I've been out for a while, but I've been doing well. I'm just chilling. Mostly interested in Pulse and HEX. Thinking about selling Polygon. But let me know in the comments. I have been wondering, like, what is the current best aggregator on Pulse? I'm thinking about doing some trades, but yeah, PDI situation was crazy. That's cooled down. Not sure how many people made money on it, but I'm glad to see some action on the PRCs. That's nice. That's nice. One thing I was disappointed in Pulse. They didn't kind of mention this till the last minute. It's only like 17% faster and more scalable than ETH, and that's just like, it's not a great improvement. You know, right now we're kind of like on par. We're a little bit faster than ETH, but ETH just says ETH is going to get roll up sooner. Like, you know, I already have all the optimism and stuff. So for now, Pulse still much cheaper to transact on, so that's good. But hopefully we'll get some. I mean, the whole blockchain space is kind of getting more interconnected. So, yep. Well, thanks for watching. Oh, I had some music here lined up for the outro. Oh, happy, good feeling. Right?